Ladies and gentlemen, when I'm looking to purchase a home, there are three things I look for. The first thing is that the finances fit. The second thing is the finishes inside of the house. And the third thing is the freedom that the property is going to give you. Today, we're going to be looking at a new construction home that gives you all three of those things. Let's begin. Now, before we step inside of this beautiful home, I want to make sure you have all the information about this property, the location, and what to expect throughout this entire video. So first and foremost, the specs on this property that we're looking at today is going to be 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,081 square feet, just under a quarter acre of land. Now, this house has no HOA, no CDD, so you can cross that right off the list and we don't have to worry about any of that. Now, talking about the location, we're here in Ocala, Florida, only about an hour and 15 to an hour and a half from Orlando and Tampa, Florida. So we have two major cities very close by, within 2 hours away. Now, more specifically on what you can expect on the day-to-day here from this specific house, we're gonna only be 10 minutes to 15 minutes away from Highway 200 here in Ocala, Florida. Highway 200 is where you're gonna find all your shopping centers, your restaurants, your Lowe's, your Home Depots, your Walmarts. So everything is gonna be very accessible. Now, more specifically, we are in a subdivision area called Marion Oaks. This is an area with a lot of new construction homes and a lot of growth happening in this specific community area in Ocala. Now, a few other details about Ocala is you're gonna have the World Equestrian Center only about 15 to 20 minutes away, and this is only one of 2 equestrian centers in the entirety of the world. So a lot of people come from all over the place to participate in the events, bring their horses, and essentially just come have a good time at the World Equestrian Center. Downtown Ocala is gonna be 20 minutes away. You just hop on I-75, take a right turn on Highway 200, and you get there in 15 to 20 minutes. Now, at the end of this tour, I'm going to be making sure to go over all of the finances about this specific property. I'm going to give you the price, the yearly tax amount, the warranty that the home is going to come with, and also talking a little bit more to a few of you who maybe are interested in buying a home, relocating, first-time home buyers, or maybe there's some veterans out there who are interested in making a move to Ocala, a very veteran-friendly city. I'll be talking about how much your down payment needs to be, what your credit score needs to look like, what closing costs are and how much they cost, and essentially how I negotiate the best deals for all of the clients looking to move to Ocala. Now, I think we've talked enough. Let's begin the tour and get inside. Come on. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the front of the home, and now we're gonna get started on everything we need to see about this property. First things first, we're gonna have the 2-car garage with a nice long driveway. If you are somebody who maybe has a few more cars, this driveway can maybe fit another 4 to 6 cars in this specific driveway. Now, the lot, this is a quarter acre lot, right under a quarter acre, so you're gonna have a lot of land. Over here on the right side of the property, you're gonna have a little larger space from the end of your parcel. So essentially, if there is anybody who wanted to create a really nice outdoor experience in this house, you're gonna have plenty of space on the side and in the backyard, which we'll see closer to the end of the video. Now let's get a little bit more in detail about the front of the house. You're gonna have some nice mulch landscaping. You're gonna have this little light fixture at the beginning. I like the big windows coming at the front of the house. And here we're gonna have the entrance into the home. Now, stepping into this home, the first thing we're gonna notice is the flooring. It pops out. This is gonna be Revwood upgraded laminate flooring. So this is scratch resistant and waterproof. So it's gonna be coming in the main areas and in the master bedroom. So here we're gonna have the living space, but first let's start with the room at the front of the property. Now, this is gonna be a fantastic room because it's gonna be slightly oversized. This is about 15 by 12 feet. You're gonna have the nice window overlooking the front of the property. It's gonna come with this really cozy carpet here. You're gonna have double closet doors right over here. And what I really love about this room is it can really be used as an in-law suite. Maybe you have a family member you want coming living with you or just whatever. You're gonna have your own private bathroom in here. So in this bathroom, you're gonna have nice scattered tile, quartz countertop. Here's your toilet, and then here's gonna be your bathtub shower with natural light coming from above. You're gonna have nice scattered tile backsplash as well in the shower space. So this is a great little area if you do have family or if you have people coming into town and you want them to have their own separate area in the home. Now, the most incredible thing about this property, I think, is the living room, this great room area that is gonna be coming with the home. So here we're gonna have a lot of space to get creative. Essentially, I could tell you here's where the living room goes, here's where the dining room goes, but there's so much space here that you can really create a room of itself. Maybe you wanna have like a little library over here, and here's gonna be your living room, or you can have your dining room or breakfast nook. Maybe you can have your breakfast nook out in the lanai, you just screen it in and it's a really comfortable, cozy place. But here you're gonna have plenty of space, a lot of natural light with these 3 windows here on the side of the home, and really gives you a good look. Now, stepping over here into the kitchen, you're gonna have this nice white, just crisp quartz countertop. So you're gonna have a nice farmhouse sink. All the appliances of this home are gonna be upgraded stainless steel appliances by Samsung. So your microwave is here, your stove, dishwasher, and your refrigerator right over here. Now, all the small details that the builder puts into a home is something I really like to look at. Just like these little handle fixtures that come on the cabinets. Typically, well, for my scenario, I bought a townhome and it didn't come with these handle fixtures, and I'm always cooking, you know, whatever it is, and I get stains on my white cabinets. Here, it's just such a small detail that makes the biggest difference. Now over here, we're gonna have a nice little pantry area where you can store all of your food and essentials. And then over here, we're gonna be stepping into the laundry room. So here in the laundry room, we're gonna have the 2 washer and dryer that will be coming with the home. So this is gonna be by Samsung as well. Above, you're gonna have a little compartment space. And now we're gonna be stepping into the garage. Now, a really cool feature about this garage, the remote control for the garage door opener is gonna be connected to Wi-Fi, as well as the water heater system. So you're gonna have a tank water heater, your AC air handler, and you're gonna have a really nice garage with a little higher ceiling. So maybe if you had a truck, a van, you can definitely fit it into this property. Now we're gonna go ahead and step into this area over here where we're gonna find 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Now, stepping into this first guest bedroom, it's gonna be coming with that cozy carpet, 11 by 12 square feet in this room. Nice natural light coming from the side, and you're gonna have this nice closet space right over here. Now, in between this bedroom and the next bedroom, we're gonna have the bathroom. So this bathroom is gonna have similar finishes to the one in the in-law suite, scattered tile, quartz countertop, nice white cabinets, similar backsplash with the natural light window right above. Now, the last guest bedroom is gonna be slightly bigger than the second guest bedroom we saw. This is gonna be 13 by 11 feet. Nice natural light. These are gonna have the double door closets, just like the in-law suite, and you're gonna have nice 1 built-in LED light from above. Now, we're gonna go step into the primary bedroom of the home. And this is something incredible that I really like is they didn't put the carpet. Even though the carpet's cozy, they kept this redwood laminate inside of the master as well. Now, the difference is this room is gonna be coming with tray ceilings, 2 windows to bring in even more natural light. So when we're stepping into the bathroom, we're gonna be walking through kind of like this foyer area where you're gonna have his and her closet space. There are 2 nice closet spaces for him and her. And what I like about this one on the side here, facing the back side of the house, is you're even gonna get a little bit of natural light as well. Now, when we step into the bathroom, I like that we're gonna have a different color scattered tile here in the bathroom. You're gonna have the nice walk-in shower with the tile backsplash as well, the double vanity with the quartz, and then we're also gonna have a private toilet right over here. So if essentially maybe you need to take care of your business, someone else is, you know, maybe taking a shower, doing their vanity, you guys have that separation in here and that option. Now, let's go ahead, get in the backyard, and I want to show you some really cool features that are coming with this house. Let's go. Now, stepping out into this back patio space, this is just a really cool feature. When you're looking for a home, everybody likes to be outside. Everybody likes to be connected to nature. It's our primal instinct, essentially. So we're gonna have this covered lanai. If you were interested in getting it screened in, we have some people here in Ocala that can do it around $3,000 to $5,000 to screen this in. But maybe you have somebody yourself. So just an idea, especially if, you know, this is a place where you want to spend a lot of time. So nice covered lanai. And then here, this is gonna be your backyard space. So all the way to the line of where you see the trees kind of starting is gonna be the space of your property. Now I wanna touch on this. So this is gonna be your well water. But what the builder does, and this is something that the first time I've seen one specific builder do it, is whenever they have a house that isn't connected to city and it's connected to the well water, they're gonna add a water softener on the well. So essentially what it means is here in Florida, we have a lot of hard water. We have a lot of minerals and sediments inside of our water. So essentially what this water softener does is it turns the hard water into soft water. So your water is gonna be so clean, you know, you could drink your shower water, even your toilet water. I don't recommend it, but it's gonna be clean enough to where you can do so. So this is a great upgrade. Water softeners usually go anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, and this is an upgrade in the home. Now, stepping over on this side of the property, we're gonna have another large space that you're gonna have a lot of freedom to do as you wish. So just some ideas, thinking about what you could do with this is maybe create a nice little cabana area. You could even create a pool in this backside or the side area. You know, even if you wanted to create maybe a little like cement area where you have a basketball hoop, anything that you can get creative with, a workshop, a shed, this is the place to do it. If you have cars, if you have trucks and you need a place to store it, this is gonna be an amazing space that's gonna be comfortable for your property and your valuables. So with that being said, that is the tour of this home. Let's get inside and start talking about some finances. Let's go. So now that we've talked about the finishes and saw everything that this home has to offer, now let's get back to the finances and the freedom that this property provides. Starting with the finances, this home is listed at $345,000. So $345,000 for this property. The taxes are gonna be an estimated about 1% of the purchase price of this home. So estimating around $3,400 per year before your homestead tax exemption. For anybody who's not familiar with homestead tax exemption, once you live in the state of Florida for 1 year, you can deduct up to $50,000 off the taxable value of your property. So instead of paying taxes on a $345,000 house, you pay taxes on a $295,000 house. Doing my math, guys. Now, talking a little bit more specifically on the different types of financing. We're gonna group this very easy to understand for you guys. So we're gonna start with FHA, conventional, and then for all my amazing veterans, we'll be talking about that as well. So starting with FHA, FHA is primarily for first-time home buyers. You have to be a first-time home buyer buying this property. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be your very first property with an FHA. You can actually buy a second and third property with FHA as long as it's 100 miles away in radius from the initial property that you bought. So if I bought a house with FHA in Miami and I want to buy one in Ocala, that's over 100 miles, so you're good to go. The down payment on an FHA loan, the minimum down payment is 3.5% of the purchase price. So $345,000, 3.5% is $12,075. Now, that is gonna be the down payment for this property. Now, closing costs are an additional, is something that comes in with whenever you're purchasing a home as well. Unless you're paying cash, it's almost non-existent. But anyways, if you're financing a house, it's gonna be around 3% of the purchase price. So that's gonna be an additional $10,350. So you're gonna add the down payment and the closing costs together, you're coming around $20,000 to $25,000. That is before any negotiations. So that is worst case scenario, but I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the negotiations and how I lower that cash to close for every consumer looking to get into the real estate market. Now, your credit to qualify for a FHA loan needs to be over a 600. They have a 580 limit. You could do it at 580 and above, but if you do it at 580, you're not gonna get the most favorable interest rate on the FHA loan. So I recommend having it 600 and above at the minimum. The higher, the better, essentially. Now, that's what the credit requirements look like for an FHA loan. Now let's hop over into the conventional loan. A conventional loan can be used as buying a primary or a secondary home or an investment property. If you're looking to buy it as a primary, they have a minimum down payment of 5%. In some scenarios, you can do 3%, but typically it's always gonna be 5%. So if you wanna do a conventional loan at $345,000, it's gonna be $17,250 down. Including the same 3% in closing costs, it's gonna bring you around to $27,000 to $30,000 to close on a conventional. Now, what's the difference between FHA and conventional? Essentially with FHA, you're gonna have, and with conventional, you're gonna have private mortgage insurance. And that's about $140 per month added to your monthly payment. With conventional though, as soon as you have 20% equity in the home, you stop paying private mortgage insurance, okay? So if you are somebody who's coming to the table with 20% down, you don't have to pay any PMI, and it's gonna save you $130 to $150 per month on your monthly payment. So if you have that cash, you wanna invest, it's a great thing to do 20% instead of just doing 10 or 15% if it's a possibility. So now there is a way to do it with FHA as well. The only thing is you have to put 10% down, and then on your 11th year of your mortgage, they'll take out the monthly payment, or they'll take out the PMI from your monthly payment. Now the thing is with FHA, most people utilize it because you have a 3.5% down payment and you get a good interest rate. So it's not very common for people to put 10% down on an FHA because typically they'll go conventional at that point, but there is that option as well with FHA. Okay, conventional, you're gonna have higher credit score requirements. It's gonna be around 660 at the minimum, but you wanna be over a 700 to get the most favorable interest rates on a conventional loan. Now with the conventional, you also have the option as getting a secondary home. So maybe, getting a primary house in a different city or state, you need to have either a job relocation letter saying, hey, maybe I work for Amazon and I'm gonna relocate to the Amazon Center in Ocala. If you get a job certificate saying, hey, you're gonna be able to work here for this amount of pay and for this amount, and you're starting on this day, the lenders can qualify you as a first-time buyer. But if you don't have that paper, the other options are if you work virtually, the lenders are say you're good to go, or if you have someone who lives in the area of Ocala or very close to it, maybe Orlando or Tampa, and they can be a non-occupant co-borrower, and you can qualify for a first-time home buyer program, conventional or FHA. So keep that in mind. If you are looking to relocate, you're gonna need a job letter, a virtual job, or someone who lives in the area that can co-sign with you on the loan. Now, a secondary home is done with a conventional loan as well, and that's a minimum 10% down. Interest rates right now are between 7 to 7.5% on a secondary residence. And then an investment loan, a conventional investment, you can do 15% down, but I don't recommend that at all. I recommend doing 20% down so you can take out that PMI like we talked about. So 20% down on this specific house, just to give you an idea, is going to be $69,000 just for the down payment, okay? We're gonna talk about the negotiations in just a bit. So essentially with conventional, you're gonna have, you can do primary, secondary, or investment loans, okay? Now, for all of the veterans out there, before we even get into it, I wanna thank you guys for all of the service that you guys do for this country. I've had the blessing of helping a few veterans move to Ocala, and all of them are incredibly happy, and nothing makes me more proud than being able to serve you guys, because you guys served us for a majority of your time in the service. So I appreciate you guys all very, very much. Now, with the VA loan, as you know, you can do 0% down. So essentially, you do not have to put any down payment, any cash to the table to get your first residence with a VA loan. Now, you are gonna have closing costs, but that's where the beauty comes in. That's where I come in with the negotiations. Now, I'm talking in general, not just VA, with the FHA, the conventional, and for the VA loans. That's where I go to the builder and say, hey, you know, my clients right now, they they like this house, but we need to make it work. The numbers need to make sense for my buyers in order to buy this house. So typically, let's say this house is at $345. I already talked to the sellers of this property and they said, yeah, you know, we priced it, but there is room for negotiation. He already told me that. So that means I already know we're gonna be able to get 3% of the closing costs covered and maybe a drop in the price. Now, quick little note, if you're buying FHA or VA, you can get up to 6% in closing costs covered for you. So even if your closing costs are only $10,000 and 6% is maybe gonna be $18,000, you can use that extra $8,000 to drop your interest rate, buy points and drop your interest rate, okay? But I'd recommend getting in touch with a lender to get the more technical details on that. I'm no lender, so if there are lenders watching this video, I know, it's okay. I'm just giving general information. So essentially on this specific house, my recommended offer would be, I would start at $338,000, so $7,000 less than the purchase price, asking for 3% in closing costs for the buyer's closing costs and prepaids, okay? So 3% of $345 is essentially $10,350. That's gonna save from the amount of cash you have to put down to buy this house at the closing table, okay? So that leaves you with just having to pay for your down payment, which was around $10,000 to $13,000, okay? That is the goal from a realtor. I know some realtors around the city, around the world, you know, there are a lot of realtors just kind of going out there trying to get a deal. I'm seriously here to fight for every single client that comes to me. And I have a long list of a track history of clients that know I'm gonna fight for them to make sure that we at least get their closing costs covered. So that is what I take pride in the most, is making sure I fight to the max for all of the clients that wanna move into the Central Florida area, okay? That is it, my friends. Before we finish up, I wanna talk a little bit more about the freedom. This specific house has no HOA and no CDD. So what that means is there's not an association that's gonna come tell you, hey, you need to mow your lawn, your grass got over 8 inches. Or maybe, hey, you can't park that car in the backyard. Now, for me, you know, HOA is very subjective. Some people love it. Some people are like, hey, you know, I've lived in HOA, I like it, but you know, maybe it's time for me to just get my own place and maintain it the way I want. So it really just depends. Me personally, I live in an HOA community, but I also like the fact of no HOA. It really just depends on the person. So on this specific house, you are gonna have a little bit more freedom to, you know, do what you want with your land. You can put a fence up and you have the freedom, my friends. So with that being said, last thing, we have builder warranty on this house. You're gonna have a 210 warranty, so 2-year mechanical warranty, which is gonna be your appliances, the water heater, the AC unit, and then you're gonna have a 10-year structural warranty on the house. That's gonna be the foundation and practically just the work of the house, the structure of the house, making sure everything is in perfect condition. Talking to these builders and seeing the work that they put in during construction, there's gonna be absolutely no issue with structural issues on this house. So you have the warranty just in case, but with this specific home, they really elevate themselves to maintain a high standard of building. So that is it, my friends. I hope this information was incredibly valuable. And even if you're not looking to buy in Florida, maybe this is good information that if you're looking to buy in another state, this is gonna help you, especially if you go to a realtor and you wanna buy in another place, or if you talk to a lender, you're already gonna have a little bit of a foundation of what to expect, and maybe ask them, hey, you know, what are your tactics to negotiate a good deal for me? What do you know about this area? Make sure you're working with a specialist in a special area. Me, I'm a specialist in Central Florida, but if you ask me, hey, I wanna buy a house in Tampa, I'd be like, you know, to be honest, I can't represent you the best because I'm not an expert in that area. So I would say, hey, I know these people are really good. I'd recommend working with them because they could represent you better. okay? Find the expert in your area, make sure you ask the right questions, so when you do get in that dream home, you got a great deal for it as well. That is it, my friends. I hope you have an amazing day. It's always fantastic being with you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.